Welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if it happens to be your very first time here. My name is Troy, and in this series, I plan to show that anybody can create a growing source of completely passive income. If this is the first time you're even hearing of this series and you want to know what it's all about, I'm going to link episode 1 above my head so you can go back and watch that and get an understanding of what I'm trying to accomplish with this series. That first episode is going to explain all things such as why I picked the stocks I picked, how much and how often I'm going to be investing, and the overall goals of this portfolio. Once you're caught up there, feel free to watch the other episodes in order so you can see the natural progression of this portfolio, or you can just come back to this episode to see where we're currently at. With that being said, if you're already caught up and you're here for your bi-weekly update, let's get to it. In today's video, I'm going to start with a really quick refresher on where we left off at the end of last episode. Then I'm going to jump right into where the portfolio currently sits, how the most recent buys are impacting the cost basis of the positions in this portfolio, the all-time best and worst performers in the portfolio, my projected annualized returns based off of our current returns, any dividends received since the last update, and then to wrap the video up, I'm going to show you what else I'm expecting to close out the month. Now, since it's been 2 weeks since the last episode, let me quickly show you where we left off. All right, and looking at this one right here, this is the screenshot concluding last episode. Remember, we had a goal of $140 per holding. We had a previous account balance sitting at $1,768.66, and this portfolio was now in the green by $72.93, or 4.36%. So now let's go ahead and see with the most recent buys where the portfolio is currently sitting with this right here. As a reminder, every other Friday, $60 is automatically added into this account, and $5 is automatically invested into each and every one of these stocks. All the information you guys will see in today's video is going to be as of the close of market on February 7th of 2025. This portfolio is now 56 weeks old, giving us a goal of $145 per holding, and our new account balance is sitting at $1,822.01. So now I've made those $5 purchases automatically into all these positions. Let's go ahead and see what that did to the cost basis of each of those positions with this right here. And looking at this super simple chart, you're going to be able to see the cost basis of all 12 of our positions going back to the very first purchase of all these stocks, what it was last episode and what it is this episode, and then the difference between last episode and this episode. With this most recent set of buys, we were able to increase our cost basis in 6 positions and decrease the cost basis in 6 positions. Our biggest increase in cost basis does not go to Broadcom this episode. It goes to MasterCard, which went from $475.62 per share to $478.71 per share, while our biggest decrease this episode doesn't go to Humana. It goes to CSL, that went from $396.36 per share to $394.56 per share. Now let's go ahead and round all these numbers up and see which stocks are my best and worst performers all time in this portfolio with this right here. So even though they didn't have my biggest increase and decrease in cost basis over the past 2 weeks, they are still my best and worst performers all time. So up here at the top, we have AVGO, or Broadcom, that's up $65.04 or 45% even, and Humana, that is still the biggest loser, down $21.19 or 14.68%. So in total, this portfolio is now in the green by $65.32 or 3.76%. Overall, we have 3 positions now up double digits and 3 positions down double digits, and it's a big thanks to AVGO, Broadcom, that we're overall in the green because of that stock's crazy outperformance. So let's go ahead and round all these numbers up, put them on a chart, and see how this portfolio is trending long term with this right here. So I did get a really good suggestion in last episode to break this up into seasons. Season 1 is going to be all of year 1, season 2 will be all of year 2, and so on and so forth. So I'm still working on that chart. I'm going to figure out a good way to do that. It's probably going to end up being simpler than I am planning right now, but we'll see. So give me maybe next episode it'll be in there. So just give me a little bit of time for that. But anyway, looking at the very bottom of this one, you guys can see episode 29, which is where we are now. And there's those numbers I just told you guys, that 65.32, the 3.76% in the green, which gives us a projected annualized return, which is obviously we're over a year. So our projected annualized return is sitting at 3.49%, and we're 56 weeks invested. So let's go ahead and take a peek at the dividends. We got a lot of dividend income coming into this portfolio. Not actually a lot of income income dollar and cents wise, but a lot of payments since the last episode, and I want to share those with you right here. So looking at this screenshot right here, it looks like we received 6 different dividend payments since the last video, but it's only 5 different dividend payments. One of those is an interest payment from SPAXX, so it looks like it paid twice, but it didn't. I don't know why they do that, but I can't, I'm not the boss. So nonetheless, 5 dividend payments or 5 income payments into this portfolio since the last update 2 weeks ago is really good. So let's kick things off on January 29th, where we received 21 cents from Alamo Group. And if you look at this screenshot right here, going back to April of 2024, where we received 4 cents, going to July of 2024, where we received 9 cents, then October 28th of 2024, on my birthday, I received 13 cents, and now here we are on January 29th of 2025, receiving 21 cents from Alamo Group. In total, we've now received 47 cents from ALG, which is 2.82% of the total dividends paid in this portfolio. Then we go to January 31st, we received that interest payment from SPAXX. I'm not going to go over all of these that you guys will see on this chart right here, because this isn't a growth position. This is just interest that's paid on the cash sitting in the account. But you guys can see down here, January 31st, 2025, 11 cents. In total, SPAXX has now given us 93 cents in interest, or 5.57% of the total money received in this portfolio. Then also on January 31st, we received our dividend from HUM, the laggard of the portfolio. They gave us 35 cents as a consolation prize. So you like that. I'd like to be in the green in the position, but we'll take 35 cents for now. So looking at this same chart, you guys can see back in April, it was 7 cents. Then in July, it was 15 cents. October, it was 23 cents. Here we are in January with 35 cents. In total, Humana's now paid us 80 cents, or 4.79% of the total dividends paid in this portfolio. Then we move to February 3rd, where Dillard's paid us 8 cents. And looking at this chart, this one might get a little confusing, but allow me to explain. So we have on May 6th, we've received 2 cents. On August 5th, we received 3 cents. On November 4th, we received 6 cents. And then on January 6th, we received $7.58. That's not part of the routine. That was a special dividend by Dillard's. You guys will see more on that one here in 1 second. But now we get back to the regularly scheduled program. On February 3rd, we received 8 cents from Dillard's. Again, each individual dividend payment is growing, excluding that, the special dividend on January. That's not obviously a normal thing. That's a special dividend, as the name would suggest. So in total, Dillard's has now paid us $7.77 in this portfolio, which is 46.55% of the total money received in this account, because of that huge, massive special dividend and this portfolio being brand new, just a year old. So that's really cool to see. And then we get to our final dividend paid on the day I grabbed all this information, and that was on February 7th, 21 cents from MasterCard. Again, looking at this chart for MasterCard, May 9th was 4 cents, August 9th was 9 cents, November 8th was 14 cents, February 7th was 21 cents. So in total, MasterCard's now paid us 48 cents, or 2.88% of the total dividends paid in this portfolio. So now let's go ahead and round all these numbers up, put them on a fancy little chart, and see the progress over the time with this right here. All right, so we did 2 things since the last episode. We concluded January and we began February. So we're going to go over both of these sets of numbers. So to conclude January of 2025, we ended up finishing with $9.16. So a couple things on that. First of all, that is, what is that? 30,433.3% more than we received in January of last year. Obviously, big growth there. That is already more money than we received in all of 2024, the first year of the portfolio, and that's largely because of that special dividend from Dillard's. But then we go into February. We're now the second month of quarter one. We are up to 29 cents, which is already 480%. And now, mind you, there's no special dividends in there. So 29 cents in February so far. And then if you go down right a little bit lower where it says quarter sum, that gives us $9.45 for quarter one, which is 5,150% more than quarter one of 2024. And going all the way down here towards the bottom where you see total, again, it's that $9.45. We're in quarter one, so we don't have any other math to add into there. So $9.45, which is 79 cents per month, 3 cents per day, and it's already 30.5% more than all of what we received in 2024. We're not done with February. Obviously, we haven't started March nor the rest of the year, so I'm super excited to see where this portfolio goes. And really quick, before we get in, before I guess I let you go, let me quickly show you what we have left for the end of February with this right here. So you guys will see I took this screenshot on February 8th, and the rest of February is kind of lame, I'm not going to lie. Okay, 2 things. One, We are only expected to get one more dividend. The second thing, well, I guess finishing the first thing, the only other dividend we're expected to get is from AbbVie, which I believe is our highest yielder in the portfolio. So I think I'm going to get a pretty hefty dividend. Of course, it's all relative. I'm going to get a hefty dividend relating to this portfolio from AbbVie. So that's always really nice to see. And the other thing is, February 28th, the last day of the month, is the interest day from SPAXX. Again, it's not a growth position. We're not, trying to brag about our SPAXX interest or anything, but it is probably going to be somewhere between 8 and 12 cents. I don't know. I don't really project it or care to project it that much. Again, it's not really a position in the portfolio. It's just money that I'm getting for free. So that's going to happen there too. So we have, I don't know, I'm willing to bet it'll be over $1 from AbbVie, which is really good for this portfolio. All of our dividend payments, as you guys just saw, are in the, 10 cents, 20 cents, somewhere around there. So we're going to be getting over $1, I think, from AbbVie, which you'll love to see that. So, and then the extra interest on there. So again, make sure you guys stay tuned. Keep coming back next week. We'll get a quick refresher on where we left off in this episode. And we're going to get obviously the update for next week. So make sure you guys keep coming back, subscribe, ring the bell, all the stuff. But that's going to wrap it up for this bi-weekly update to the Anyone Can Invest portfolio. If you enjoy this series, please remember to leave a like on the video, as it helps me get this content out to other people that also enjoy it. And if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave those in the comments down below. And I just released 2 brand new videos detailing everything you'd possibly want to know about the wife and I's full investment portfolio. If you happen to miss those will be linked right here. But until next time, see you.